All right, just a couple of opening remarks. I think we start with, we have a standard of the way we wanted to play, and I thought we upheld that standard. There's no perfection out there, but there was definitely some progress. So we made the progress that we were looking for. Now we got to build on that going into Ole Miss on the road against a very good football team. Again, the goal here was to play to a standard, not to the opposition. A lot of respect for Coach Selfo and what he's done and accomplished, but we had the better team and the better players, so it then becomes much more about your execution and the things you do, and I thought we did some pretty good things today, certainly. So with that, we'll open up the questions.
Yeah, Brian, how do you maybe judge the way Garrett played against a team, how well he played against a team that's overmatched, but when he also hadn't done some of those things yet this year?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, you look at the efficiency in which he threw the football, targeting the football, seeing the field. It's still, whether they're a step behind or not, it's still recognition and feeling comfortable out there. And you could see there was a higher level of comfort in terms of him throwing, and then certainly running the football as well. So, we're not saying that we beat the number one team in the country, but it still requires the technical development that we hadn't seen, and now that he's healthy, he's able to do a lot more.
Coach, how do you think Juwan Johnson's decisiveness as a runner has helped him? How do you think his experience at quarterback has helped his decisiveness as a runner?
I just think he sees the game really well. I think his natural instincts took over at that position, and I think we all saw the same things. Very impressed with the way he played, the way he ran, catches the football, does a lot of really good things for us. He's a really good football player, and we knew that, right? I think we all knew about him coming out of high school in terms of what he could do, and we saw a glimpse of that tonight.
Yeah, Brian, specifically, what did you want to see out of your offense tonight? I mean, going into this game, the transfer from the practice field.
Yeah, I think the aggressiveness, as you know, we went forward on 4th and 11. That wasn't something that we had been doing. I thought we needed to get out there with some rhythm, throw the football, mix in the run, but operate like an offense needs to operate. I thought we were very conservative early on, but that was, by plan. Tonight needed to be one where we felt that we moved in the right direction from an offensive perspective.
What'd you think of Garrett's accuracy, zip on the ball, and just his mechanics?
They were so much smoother. His awareness in the pocket, his ability to get the ball out in the vertical seams. Very easily could have hit a post for a touchdown. A couple of them were challenging catches. I think we only had one ball really that we didn't hook up with Nick Anderson on a comeback to the field, and they weren't on the same page. Other than that, I thought his ball placement was really good.
How you doing, Coach? Right here.
Got it.
In the back. Bauer Sharp, I thought he had a great game. Actually started his college career off at Southeastern, then wound up at Oklahoma, now at LSU. How have you seen his leadership really transpire on this football team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all hear this quite a bit. I think the really good players affect others around him, and his energy, his passion for the game brings up others around him. Nice to see him catch the football. We thought we would get a chance to get it to the tight end, and certainly we found him in some big situations. I think our third down conversion was 9 of 14, and he was targeted on some of those. But he obviously starting at Southeastern Louisiana, this was a big game. He was one of our game day captains, and he was excited to play in it.
Coach, our first time seeing Michael Van Buren on the field this year, him and Garrett tonight, they spread out the ball. You had 7 different Tigers hit the end zone. What can you say about decision-making and just maybe your offense turning a page this year?
Yeah, I was pleased with Mike tonight. I thought there was a couple of zone reads that, if I want to be really critical, but I thought he threw it on really good tempo and balance. Ball came out on time. I thought, from my perspective, for a kid that hadn't played and hadn't got much time since last year, I thought he came in and you can see the talent that you have at that position.
You've talked a lot about confidence in the past. What does a game like this do for the confidence of not only your offense, but your defense as well?
Yeah, I think more than anything else, it's, for our defenses that they want to play to a standard and maintaining that standard. I think they showed that, obviously, in the first half. We made some changes, obviously, in personnel. I think everybody's aware of that. But this group on defense is got a lot of pride, and they know that they can be a great defense, but it takes consistency. So today was a big day for them, right, where they knew they could let their guard down. And if they did, it would be seen. They did not. They came and were mature about the way they practiced this week, and you could see it on the field.
In short yardage situations, y'all went under center quite a bit. What was kind of the thinking into that this week, and is that something that can be expected to be seen moving forward?
Yeah. How do you like it? You like it under center? Didn't know if there was a second question coming there. Yeah, I just think that, from what we're trying to do from an offensive perspective is that we want to strike on a wide front with that run game. And sometimes if you're in the pistol or if you're in shotgun, it's hard to hit the C gap and bounce things out. And I think direct snap gives us a lot more variety to the run game. And it's proven to be effective for us. So I think you'll see more of it. Just wanted to say hello. You don't have to add any more. I could leave right now. That'd be nice.
I got one right here. Another game, another targeting call, another conversation with an official.
See, I knew you were going to set me up for this. You were just waiting. You were just trying to get something to get me.
No, just
how am I doing? I'm doing so calm and collected. Man, and then you throw that one out. Look, I don't know what to say anymore. It's an offensive lineman who we don't work any time with tackling. And it was a runner, and he might not have had the best form on the play, but he wasn't looking to target or knock somebody out of the game. He was trying to hold on for dear life. I just don't know why we can't figure this out. We can't do it right now. I get it. But at the end of the year, this has got to be addressed. And I know what I'm going to get hit with. Well, if we do that, then targeting's head injuries are going to rise. And I just think that's, an easy way out of this conversation. Yeah, it's going to take a hard decision that a runner in that situation, it's incidental contact. And if you want to give him a 15-yard penalty, go ahead. But to throw him out of the game, obviously I'm not on that side of it.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on a good win. Now, earlier in this news conference, you used the word healthy to describe Garrett Nussmeier. I know that he had been battling a torso issue since training camp.
Yes,
Would you describe him right now as 100%? And if not, do you expect him to be 100% for the Ole Miss game next weekend?
Yeah, I'd say that, we had talked about during the week that he was on the other side of the injury and he felt really good. And that's why, we actually ran him a little bit. He felt good running the football. And we knew during the week that he was healthy just by the way he was throwing the football. So, yeah, I would say that that's the version that you'll get the rest of the year.
You guys rotated quite a bit on the offensive line
Yes, we
today
did.
with Cohen and Karius Kern, DJ Chester. Just what did you like about some of the guys that were able to rotate in? And
We're
play?
just trying to create a new line of scrimmage, and we're very demanding with that group in terms of creating a new line of scrimmage. And, we're evaluating our offensive linemen after contact. I mean, it's easy to line up. You shouldn't jump offside. You need to stay locked in. You need to know who to get and how to get them. But at the offensive line, there's contact. What are you doing after contact? And that was a big point of emphasis today. We were giving guys an opportunity to show us how well that they were going to play after initial contact.
I got two if I could. Coach, I noticed Caden Durham limped a little bit at the end of the second quarter off the field. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll get an MRI. The first I heard was an ankle sprain, but we like to check those things out. So we'll get probably an MRI, make sure everything's good, or a full scan tomorrow, and then we'll have a better report on him.
Thank you. And then red zone 6 of 6, fourth down 3 of 3, and then very efficient on third down as well. Just what was different about the execution and the key moments in this game today?
Yeah, that's what we were looking to do offensively. If there were some, some priorities, if you will, in this game from an offensive standpoint was the conversions. We talked about it last week. We didn't convert very well in short yardage situations. That needed to be a point of emphasis. So when we got those opportunities, we were prepared. We had the calls that we liked during the week dialed up. And we wanted to get into some fourth down situations because invariably you're going to have these. We didn't do that in the first 3 games. So we needed these opportunities. This game was a really good opportunity for us to sharpen up in those areas that we're going to need moving forward.
Coach, Juwan Johnson led the team in carries tonight. Is that something we should expect more moving forward, or was it more matchup based tonight?
No, I don't think it was matchup. I think he was in the rotation, and Coach Wilson likes to go with a hot hand. If he sees a couple of really good runs and he likes the way that player's running, they may get a few more carries. So I don't know that I would read too much into it, other than he's a valuable player for us and he'll be part of our rotation. Good, thank you.